For those of you that don't know, I'm Rodger Cook. I'm running for County Board Chairman. And if I can speak in regards to Bob Romanek, it was a few years ago when I was running for Treasurer. And Bob Romanek was saying a few things on the radio about me and my wife from St. Labori. Like many of you men, women, you stand up and fight for your character and your family name. Dave Bertelman, my good friend who's been out every day with me for the past many months, I said, Dave, pull up to the courthouse. He's got a live remote there. I'm going to go talk to him. And Bob and I didn't know each other. I got out of the truck, walked up there, tapped Bob on the shoulder. He spun around, and we had a conversation man to man. And the next thing he said, you got me. And he said, why don't you come up to the radio station? That's how Bob Romanek and I met. And we built a Freedom Coalition with Carl Officer. And for the past 2 years, the sacrifices that Carl, I, every candidate in here, and Bob have made is for one simple thing, to bring honest open government back to we the people. Hey, Bob, I'm just talking a little bit about you. Bob gave us the voice on the radio to make this happen, and we owe Bob. We owe Bob some applause. Give Bob. I guarantee you, I fought the fight against this machine as a young man at 36 years old in Belleville. I was a detective, a homicide investigator with the Major Case Squad. I loved my job. I owned St. Clair Park. I was making plenty of money. My office, you had to go by my office before you got to the mayor's office because they had me there for his protection. I'd seen all the crap going on. I gave up everything I had and loved to run with no political experience. They did not take me serious, and I beat them and became mayor in 1993. And my only simple thing I told people, every decision that I make will be based on what's best for we the people. I have no strings attached. I started something similar to the Freedom Coalition called the United for Progress, bringing independents, Democrats, and Republicans together for honest government because they were doing crazy things in Belleville. We got in there, guess what we did? Reduced taxes all 4 years in office. Even though I inherited $1,600,000 budget out of whack, they were going to spend more because they're going to do all the projects in the alleys and do this with your sidewalks. And well, you know what? I went in and cut all the waste, and we ended up with a positive of $3 million after my first year. The assistant to the department heads, $80,000 here, $80,000 here, $80,000 here. We cut out the waste. And what I'm most proud of back then, you couldn't even get an agenda at a council meeting. You could not. You had no idea what the city was doing on council. We had a printed agenda. We allowed public participation, and I put it on Continental Cable. But here's the highlight. This is the biggest difference between me, all of our Freedom Coalition candidates. We will make every decision based on what's best for we the people, not a party. We have no strings attached. And I'm going to tell you an example. When I took office, it wasn't 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I get a knock on my door. It's the United States Department of Justice. My secretary said, Mayor, there's 2 Justice Department attorneys want to talk to you. And I said, about what? They said about discriminatory hiring practices. And they said, we need to see them now because we're going to bankrupt this community. Got my attention. Called my city attorney, told him to come over. I told her to put him in the conference room. I went there, met with them, Maureen Doolin and Vince DeGarlitz. And guess what? They had all this evidence. They had been investigating the city for 1.5 years, but nobody knew nothing. Bob Sprague never told nobody. The mayor never told nobody. And I flew to Washington, D.C., met with Mosley Braun, our Senator, Paul Simon, Jerry Costello, met with Bill Clinton in the East Wing of the White House, and Janet Rito, and I got a settlement because they had all the evidence against the city They discriminated against African American males and females and white females. If you were going to apply to be a police officer and you're a female, they threw your application away. If you're an African American female or white female and you wanted to be a firefighter, they threw it away. And if you were African American male, you had no chance. They had all that as evidence. I ended that. I hired the first African American police officer, and he's chief of police today in Belleville. It would have never happened. Mark Kern fought the whole way. That's the difference. This isn't about the color of your skin or where you're from. This is about the quality of your character. And I am proud of Carl Officer. I'm proud of my son Dallas Cook, as you all know, is a fighter. I'm proud of Ed Cockrell. I'm proud of Lanina Kaysen. I'm proud of meeting Gary Cornwell in the last election, a Christian guy that was fighting a fight in Cahokia and got the election stole down there by Bob Sprague, Mark Kern, the Crockett's, and the McCalls. And what's going down there is a disgrace. Let's bring honest, open government back to St. Clair County, and I guarantee you've got some fighters here, and we'll do what's right for you. So, yes.
Who the hell taught you government?
And my civics teacher. I'm going to get off here and let